The following video is a lesson from the online video course I created, My Life Rebooted, all about allowing you to cease your compulsive porn use and build your best life. So enjoy the video and you can learn more about that course and my other course on overcoming porn-induced sexual dysfunctions by clicking on the link in the description down below. A certain Native American legend is often told in relation to addiction recovery. In this legend, a boy asks his grandfather for advice. This boy is struggling with destructive impulses inside of himself, and the grandfather responds and gives him this counsel. He says, "Inside every human being, a constant battle rages, a battle between two wolves. One is evil. He is full of hate, lust, greed, and arrogance. The other wolf is good, full of love, compassion, honesty, and humility. These two wolves are constantly at war, both trying to dominate the individual." The grandson, he considers this for a moment, and then he asks his grandfather, "Well, which wolf will win?" The grandfather responds, "Whichever one you feed." Now, this story is supposed to illustrate that the desires and the impulses inside of ourselves that we feed our energy, they grow. And the ones that we starve of our energy and our attention, they wither and they die. And thus we can shape our habits and our inner lives and thus our actions and who we are as men. Let me be clear. I don't actually think that this story is very helpful. I don't like this story because to me it seems to indicate that there's a part of ourselves that is evil, that we should try to cut away from ourselves, that we should starve. And that there is a war within us that is necessary. And I think there's a lot of shame in this. There's a lot of shame inherent in that idea that there's evil within us that we need to stamp out and starve, and that there's a war that needs to be fought within each of us. There is another version of this story, however, and I like this other version a lot more. In this version, the grandfather has a lot more to say to his grandson. When the boy asks which wolf will win, the grandfather responds, "If you feed them right, then they both win. Understand, if I starve the dark wolf, then he becomes desperate for my attention and jealous of his brother, biting my heels at every turn and constantly fighting the white wolf, whom I feed well. I will never know peace because I am torn inside from denying a part of myself. But if I feed the dark wolf, then he is happy, and the white wolf is happy, and they work together to serve me. You see, the dark wolf has many fine qualities, ambition, tenacity, courage, ferocity, and cunning, that I need sometimes, and that the white wolf cannot give me. But the white wolf has empathy, strength, compassion, and a communal spirit. In the end, the white wolf needs his brother by his side, not at his throat. To feed only one wolf means to starve the other, and then you are at war with yourself. To care well for both wolves means that they will follow you faithfully and use their strengths for nothing that is not a part of your great purpose. Feed them both, and you will be at peace inside. And when you have peace, you can listen to those voices of deep knowledge that guide you truly in every choice. Peace is our mission, grandson. A man at peace has greatness inside of him. A man at war with himself has nothing." Among other things, that dark wolf within each of us represents that part of ourselves that wants to explore and to conquer and to dominate and to achieve and to make our desires a reality. Throughout human history, our dark wolves have driven us to do all sorts of atrocious things: murder, rape, domination of other countries, war, theft, slavery, more. But they have also been the driving force in the development of civilization, the building of cities, the invention of new technologies, the creation of great works of art, the fight for civil liberties. Now, the problem isn't that you have an evil wolf inside of you. When properly channeled, that part of yourself that hungers for more can be a force for good in your own life, in your communities, and in the world. And that part of yourself has so much potential, and to quash that part of yourself, I think, would be a shame. Do you know what the number one reason is that a dog will be troublesome, will chew up your furniture, will scratch at your walls, will pee where you don't want him to pee? that number one reason is he has an overabundance of energy, and that energy isn't being properly channeled. He's not allowed to exercise enough. If you give that dog who's causing you so much trouble enough exercise, I think you'll find that that solves most of the behavior issues that you're seeing in that dog. And the same is true for the wolves inside of you. Starving or ignoring one of them is not going to help. It's just going to make that part of yourself act up. Giving him love and training and discipline and direction just might help that war within you to come to an end. Now, with porn, we can trick ourselves into feeling like kings, right? It taps into that primal part of us that hungers for more, that wants to have sex with every attractive mate that we see. And it makes us feel like we have this infinitely sized harem at our beck and call. But ultimately, of course, it's just an illusion, and it leaves us with a feeling of emptiness because we know it's just an illusion, and it's an endless stream of junk food. We're feeding our wolf junk food and candy and letting him have his way, letting him run the show, instead of giving him a proper diet and proper training and proper discipline and proper outlets for his energy. We haven't built anything worthy of being proud of when we finish watching porn. We haven't even built some memories that are worth cherishing. Now, you're about to take away your dark wolf's favorite treat, favorite source of pleasure and stimulation, and he's probably going to throw some tantrums and chew up the furniture for a while. But the best thing you can do is exercise him and channel his energy until he's too tired to care that you took away his porn. Your journal exercise today is to make a list of the ways you can exercise and channel your dark wolf in constructive ways. And here are some examples to get you started. Make career moves that will result in more money and more interesting days, such as negotiating for a raise, getting more training or schooling, creating a business, etc. Work on your dating life by joining social groups, getting relationship coaching, asking out your crush, etc. Set up fitness goals that are meaningful and exciting for you. Bring some danger into your life in a smart way by learning to ride a motorcycle or rock climb. Create something the world hasn't seen before, such as original music or artwork, whatever you feel inspired to create.